Grand Prix. Any predictions for pole today? Oh, audio network error for the other commentator. Okay. Well, let's get quali started then. Yep. Okay, who'll be first out on track in these Inters weather? Treacherous weather, to be fair. Not going to be fun for our drivers today. Okay. It will... Not anyone out yet. Crazy punk thing. Who are you? I'm forgetting which driver you are. If you could tell me, that'd be nice. Out on the track comes the Williams. Okay then. It's going to be the Williams of Darwin, first man out on track then. Hasn't raced many times in TSRL before, has not been a very active driver, but he does have some pace when he wants to. But also on an out lap is Jackie. But the first man to start the lap will be Savage Gamer, Darwin, and conditions. Pretty treacherous for these guys. Anyway, we're gonna start off with Savage Gamer, also known as Darwin, coming out of the final corner to start a lap of Imola, and looking pretty good. You need to get on the brakes, hit the apex. Don't hit the curves too much though. It'll be very slippery, especially in these conditions. Jackie's came back into the pits. Might have gone off or something. Anyway, we have 17 also on an out lap. What's the benchmark? A 28.7 in the first sector. He rises up. Through here, so close to invalidating. That's not what you want to do, as this corner just keeps turning and turning, and then get the car straightened up again as you come down to the chicane. Bit of a yellow flag. Looks like the Haas of Thomas just slowing down. Give himself a gap. Problem in the second sector is Bowen. He looks to be going a little better. Validation for the Alfa Romeo, but now comes the Williams around the final corner. to see what he can set to start off this qualifying session. It's going to be a 1 minute 29.5. Grip is low. Well, see what Bowen can do through the second sector. Is purple, and he's up by quite a bit on Savage Gamer. Track looks to be drying out. As we watch Bowen though come down to the final couple of corners, looking much more hooked up than Darwin did as a yellow flag the Red Bull. Now Bowen to the line. Beats that lap by, wow, 2. Now starting his lap. Is it Bubba on a lap? It is. Ooh, he's on a pretty good lap. Is he going to get to the pole? He is by 1.5 seconds. Wow. Last week's race winner. Thomas led that race. He's currently P1 in the championship. He comes to the line. Can he snatch pole? He can by 0.7 of a second. Mike's invalidated his lap time. Someone is going again. Looks to be Bubba, but don't think he's going to have to deal with the battery for this. He'll try it though. Up through here, he looks pretty good if I do say so myself. His lines are looking pretty decent. And he's purple. 0.4 up on his time going towards pole, it seems. But he'll need a good last sector to get pole. He's about 0.3 behind it. As it stands, that looked like a huge lock-up coming into the first of the left-handers, but through the second one now, with the charge to the line, he's going to improve, but he boxes. Fuel issues, I'd say. Yep. Ooh, there's a pole lap. Provisional pole. Another man trying to steal that pole will be Mike. Gets himself up to P2, 0.7 off the pole sitter. And 17. 0.4 up now as he filters through the... Ooh, Cinzalago, and that is not what you want to do. Might come through the Tamburello is P2 on the road. Right, not what's going on right now is 17 is 1.2 seconds up. Let's follow him then. Down to the final couple of corners. He needs to get the car in nicely here as he does, and now out to the finish line. Only he did gain by a second, but not the gains he needed. Okay, well that's how qualifying stands right now. Well, qualifying as it stands is looking pretty bleak. Well, here we go then. Coming through the turn one, looks to be something on a lap. Jackie was pretty slow last week. He had a pretty bad race. It wasn't fantastic. But for now, we'll just see what you can do in this. Invalid lap, yeah, it was unfortunate. Not ideal, but you're doing okay for now. Just P2 is pretty good. He's a bounce back from a not fantastic race last week. Good qualifying, not a great race though. Let's see, who's on a lap? Validations. Oh, it's some big mess here. A huge mess. There's a Ferrari of Bubba on a hot lap right now. Not looking like it's going to be a competitive one. No, he's a little bit up on his time, but let's head through then. These Sabres, the guy we're looking at now, Bubba, P2 last week. They're P2 in the Constructors' Championship, and he's purple in the first sector. It's looking pretty good. He needs to keep it together, though, if he wants to go for this pole. Showed a strong comeback in China, and now is looking strong in qualifying of the San Marino Grand Prix. Car number 42 through the second sector is 4/10 up. He hits those chicane apexes beautifully. And now as he comes over the hill, back down the hill into the final two corners, downhill braking, locks up the front left, but that's okay in the rain. And now the dive to the line. At 24.4 goes P2, 6/10 off pole position, the yellow flag bow, and slowing down. Two cars side by side. That's never going to work. They've made contact. And both of them are off. Oh my word. Guys, it's qualifying. Come on. Off the track again. There's a Haas about to cross the line. The starter lap, it seems. It will be the starter lap. Let's see what we get here. He looks on the limit anyway. Coming out of the first corner through here, looking really strong. He's a 10th up. He's having a good one. Anyways. The line, these guys not getting anything out of their laps. Bubba's down as well. See what Bo on that lap. Oh, he's gone off the track. Okay, well, let's go back to Kira Thomas as he rises to the second sector split time. Let's see what it is. He's a little bit down on his time. Can he gain anything through the chicane? He's all over that curb. All over the curb. Coming out of the corner. They keep the car tight. He does. Right on the white lines. As will he go a bit too far? He hasn't. He's going to keep going. The lap Looks pretty competitive. 2 tenths down. Someone on the lap is Bowen. Let's see what he can set. 17, who is a tenth up, might be able to take P4 here through the final corner, out to the finish line. Does take P4. Right, Bowen, 5 tenths up on his time. Coming into the high-speed left-hander, really tricky corner to get right. He looks to have done it pretty well. As into the chicane, it's a little bit rusty there, and they won't be helping his lap, that's for sure. Everyone is out for their final lap to this qualifying session. And into the final corner comes Bowen. Now we're riding on board. Run to the finish line. Let's see what he can do. To the finish line. Goes up to P4. He overtakes 17. He's actually purple in the second sector. That's a good time for him. So you can do then. He's pushing and he's gone off. That's what happens when you push too hard. Here in Italy. Oh, and 8 tenths off. Anyway, it looks to be going again. So then, my prediction is Thomas for the win the second week in a row, but the lights are on here in Imola. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pedal to the metal, go, 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 and we're away. Coming through, great start for Thomas. But side by side behind is Mike and Bubba through turn 1. We're going to get any action. Off the road goes to Williams. Into turn 1, there's a spinner. That's the Red Bull, and there's more contact. And there's 3 people out at turn 1. That is a huge incident. And we have a safety car. 3 huge contenders out at turn 1. Well, I'm sure we'll have someone in our chat right now. We are getting a restart. I've just put it into the Discord. Okay. Okay. Take 2. Okay, let's see. Will we race? Here we go. Can we get going this time? We do, and it's away we go. Good start. No, really bad start for Bubba. Bubba's got really big oversteer. We come down to turn 1. It looks like Thomas still leading. Bit of side by side. Behind. Bubba's made some contact, I think. This is spun round Sauber Alfa Romeo of 17. And we go back to the front fight. We're keeping it pretty clean for now. Maybe a move for Darwin coming up. Thomas is away, but not pulling away off the start. There's still a bit of a battle going. Side by side is these two coming through these crucial corners. You cannot win the race on lap 1. But oh, a bit wide. But they've survived. Oh, that looks like Bowen going off. Tire strategy for today, and see when can Mike stay with Thomas for when the DRS gets enabled. Maybe he can go for a move now. Not yet. Ooh. Everyone filtering through pretty nicely. These two running away with it right now. Thomas is a little bit wide and Mike's staying with him. But in behind we have Bowen followed by Bubba, Savage Gamer, Jackal, Jackie and 17. It's important that by this time next lap the gap is still under a second of these two. And we can get some DRS racing. But for now it's all about race attrition. You gotta keep in there, gotta keep within a second of the car ahead. I suggest we have already got a time penalty for Savage Gamer, which so we will get some ERS usage to stay within the second here as DRS gets enabled. Always gone wide, and there may be a chance here for Mike to get a move as he comes up the hill. He's just tucking in behind for now. They're both going to be trying to manage their battery as best they can. But it's all about being smooth. This is a great camera angle we're getting here as you can see the gap really well, and it looks like it'll be a fast lap for Mike. And he's really closed that very soon, I'm sure, maybe into the Tamburello if he can get. Here we go then, out of the final corner. DRS will be enabled. Using a little bit of battery, fastest lap while he's at it. Here he goes, getting closer and closer. He takes to the inside, takes the lead of the San Marino Grand Prix. Not a bad move. Bubba is also in a second now. Boan. Will these two keep battling? It remains to be seen. Bit of fighting at the back too. It's always nice to see. This could be a race-long battle as we get this lovely helicopter shot once again, but this time the cars are the opposite way around. Coming in through the corner, you can really see. Oh! That was very close to a huge incident there. For Thomas not have ended his race, and there's another battle going on behind, just so I suspected. Surely a penalty soon for Thomas. He's getting a few warnings, it seems like, but he's got a really good exit out of there. Coming down. Down to the final corner. Let's see then. Will we get more side by side? Is going a little bit wide there, Thomas, but he's keeping it away from the penalty. It's a very easy move, that is. Nothing difficult about that. Maybe going to be a little bit more difficult for Bova. Yeah. Bowen's got quite low wings. These two are really pushing it now as they're coming through over the curbs, and it's the purple sector for the leader. The DRS is always going to lend to that. We have a different fight behind as well with Bova. There it is. That's the penalty we expected to happen as they're now side by side. But it looks to me like he's kept the lead of the race, but he's got a penalty. Which, let's have a look at the tyres. I'm going to medium soft for Bowen and Savage Gamer. Another very easy DRS pass coming, I'd say, here for Mike. Has it open in the slipstream, pulled out of the slipstream, back into the lead of the race. Oh, another penalty there. Savage Gamer, the gap. This time Bova going by Bowen. These two still holding it side by side. Somehow up through these corners, and they're going to keep it smooth. They managed to keep the cars out of the walls anyway. And this time, Mike has really got to move on this lap. But he's not very strong through this corner at all, really, it must be said. And every time it's Thomas getting pretty close to him there. Now let's see what we have coming up. Jackal, 3-second penalty. Now this might be more of a pass, but still not really. Maybe if he gains coming up to the corner, he is going to gain. Going to keep gaining, but he's not going for the move just yet as he gets in a little bit deep, I think. Bowen's in the pits off his soft compound tyres. Onto the hards, yeah, not surprised there. Will he come out? Jackal's also into the pit lane. These two are driving brilliantly right now. This is a great battle. It's what this track is all about. And a really good run through the corner there for Thomas, but not a great exit. Will he be close enough this lap to maybe make a move? We'll see. Remains to be seen. Oh! We have a DNF. Oh, no, it looks like a retiree on the track. Now that is not allowed. And he's left the session as well. Anyway, back to the turn one fight. Nothing of that. Wow. Down to 6 runners then. Thomas needs to start making inroads on Mike if he wants to get anything out of this. He's struggling though. One of these guys got a box soon. Coming to the halfway point of this Grand Prix, and they are really pushing it, both of them, but there's a limit to how much you can push. But the gap has come down loads this lap. He might be able to go for one maybe this lap. We'll see. What's the pace like for Bowen? Looking pretty decent, but this will be a test. Anyone going to peel into the pits? They both are going to peel into the pits. I would have done something different there. A lot of time gained for the Haas in the pit lanes. Oh, change in position, both on softs till the end of the race now. As out of the pits we go. This battle continues. 17th, still staying out on track, but these guys are unseen right now. We're going to have a battle out of the pit lane as well between Bowen and Bubba. They're back together on track. Bubba on those cold new tires. 17 with a penalty. Okay, well this is the battle till the end of this one. Take a look at the chats and try to find out why Darwin DNF'd. Right, steer S open then. Mike has held the lead for a fair few laps now and finally into the pits, the last man to do it. 17. This is the battle of today though. This is where all the money is. But it remains to be seen who's going to come out on top. I'm loving this camera angle. I really am. Gives you good insight to their racing lines and who's doing what. But it looks to me like Thomas is the one gaining the time right now. Oh, through the chicane. That's another penalty and that's race over for him. Pretty much. He's got a 6-second penalty now. Looks like the Dutchman well on his way to the win today. Anyway, let's see if he can gain anything. Up to turn 1 and the fast lap and the race lead. For Kvyat. Okay, well, this is a great battle. This may have moved another track limit there. Let's have a look at the penalties then. 6 seconds and 6 seconds for Jackie as we come now down to he is going to go for it into the chicane. No contact made. Great overtake that is from Mike. Fair play to him. Oh, they're very close to contact there, and it wouldn't end well if they made contact. That's for sure. Anyway, now Kirvat didn't get this lead back. Maybe not. There might be a bit of battling into turn one, but no, they're smart drivers. They hold back. As we have got 5 laps to go, including this one is onto the curb. Thomas, not a great line. They shuffle through. It's been a really good battle between these two, I must say. As much as Mike pretty much has this in the bag, he'll want it on track. He really will want it on track as well. So it feels better when you win it on track as well. Now this time will we going to move for the lead of the race? No, if he wants to win this race, he needs to get a move on. Now 4 laps to go, including this one. And we get gifted with this beautiful helicopter shot. Well then, maybe move this lap, just maybe close enough this lap to go for one. But he's being very conservative. I think he knows he doesn't, not going to get anything by winning it on track. But let's see. Anyway, as out of the final corner, DRS open. I have noticed he likes to dip out of the slipstream, which I certainly wouldn't be doing, but does it anyway. 3 laps to go here in Imola. Been a pretty good lap so far for Thomas. Any fancy helicopter shots this lap? Maybe we'll get one from Bubba. We do get one from Bubba, yes. Just to watch these cars, and they're really nice to see. As another overtake at the chicane, not this time. But surely Thomas can go for one this lap. He's so much closer than he has been for this past few laps. But no, he's backed out again. You'd think he finally goes for it though, as they're coming up to lap a car. Anyway, is he going to keep in the slipstream this time? No, he's not. That is weird to me. Anyway, he does it anyway, but we'll let him keep going. 2 laps to go. one lap after this one. As they rise up the hill, let's see now. They are pushing it now. It's now the fight right away to the finish. If this plays out right, we could get a bit of DRS here for Mike off the lapped car. If he catches him at the right point, he will get DRS off him, which could help him hugely on keeping the win on track, but he goes off. And it's not going to happen now. Right, this lap will decide the on-track winner. But we know who will win the overall, but the gap is 5/10 now. He's got to use all his battery. I don't see why he's not. Very interesting. Anyway, that seems like that's it now. Well, as these guys complete their final lap as they... We have Bubba, P3, in a good position. But... And for Mike, a successful one. He's been able to manage it beautifully from the front. We might get a bit of side-by-side to finish here. No, we won't. But Mike, who was a disappointed 5th last week after being on pole, fought back brilliantly this week and comes home to take victory. You've got to give it to him. What a brilliant race. Coming home in 3rd place will be Bubba for the 2nd week in a row on the podium. Haas and Thomas still will retain the championship lead. As Bowen did the line, P4. Not a bad race for him. As when everyone crosses the line, we will rise for the national anthem of our winner. Okay. Well then. Rise for the winner. I hope I'm playing the right anthem and I've got your flag right. Confirm for me. Adrian Newey on the podium now. Well then. Great race that was. And Mike coming out on top. Didn't get the fast lap, however. I guess we have to hear a little bit of the team anthem as well. No, that's an ad. Okay. Well then. Thanks everyone for coming along. It's been a great race today. And we will continue into next week. Well done, guys. Big congratulations to Mike with the race win. And I'll see you next week.